If you have a job interview coming up, I want to give you my best last-minute interview pointers so they offer you the job instead of someone else. I mean, even if your interview is today and you waited until the last minute to get prepared, I mean, there's nothing you can do about that now. So let me show you how to get ready when you don't have a lot of time. So first thing you want to do is get a copy of the job description, and I hope you already have it, but print it out and get a pen and mark it up and look for all the areas that you think are the most important for the job. Then what you want to do is look for repeating patterns. And what I mean by that is you want to look for where they say the same thing, but they use different words. So if they talk about finance, budgeting, and accounting, you can assume that the ability to create a corporate budget is really important to them. And the same thing for, let's say they say leadership, coaching, and mentorship. Those areas are all tied to management and leadership. So you definitely want to focus on those areas. And you want to share your past work experiences that relate to your ability to manage people or, manage a budget or, whatever it is. So you can show them how relevant you are to the job that you're interviewing for. I mean, the job description that you have is a blueprint for what they're looking for. I mean, don't just glance at it and, look at the title and say, oh yeah, I think this marketing director job, yeah, I think I'd like to have that. I mean, you want to go through it in detail. I mean, like I said, the job description is a blueprint for what they're looking for. And it tells you exactly what they want in the ideal candidate. And you want to focus on all their key areas that are important to them because, well, that's why they're interviewing somebody in the first place. I mean, they've got a problem and they're looking for somebody to solve it. And that's why they want to interview you to see if, well, you can help them. And I know you can. Now, in the interview, don't just say, you know this stuff. You want to share stories from your last job that prove beyond a reasonable doubt that you know what you're talking about. I mean, that's how you win. And you want to make sure that you use their language. And by their language, I mean, I want you to reference, the technologies, the keywords, the industry-specific buzzwords in the interview to give them a strong feeling that, you know what you're talking about. You've been around, you know your stuff, you know the lingo, you know the language, and that's going to help you build a bond with them. It's going to help you build rapport and help you establish credibility. And when you do this correctly, they'll be thinking to themselves that, well, he sounds like us, or, well, she talks like us. Yeah, she must be one of us. I mean, this is really important, yet so many people ignore that step and they end up falling short in their interview. Now, on the other hand, if they don't share all those details in the job description, then during the interview, ask them questions about that. Like, what are some of the biggest problems you guys see, with this project? Or, what are some of the biggest challenges facing your company, right now? And then you'll get insight as to what they're looking for and where they need help on. And the key is to ask them questions to discover their problems. And then when you know what the problems are, you can say, hey, you know what? I've got an idea for you. Have you tried this or have you tried that? I mean, think about it. You're there to help them solve their problems. I mean, that's really what a job interview is all about. I mean, you're like a consultant. I mean, don't even think of yourself as a candidate at this point. Think of yourself as a consultant going in there to help them figure out how to solve whatever it is that's troubling them, and then be a solution to their problems. I mean, trust me, that works. I mean, that's how I was able to literally get any job that I wanted. When I started forgetting that it was a job interview, and I treated them more like a client than anything, and I went in there and I asked them, where are they struggling? Where do they need help? And I didn't go in there thinking that I could solve their problems. I had to hear their problems first, and if I could solve them, I'd be like, hey, you know what? These are things that I've worked with. These are things that I've done in the past. Here's how I can help you. Or I would say, you know what? I can't help you with this. And I'd walk away. And when you're willing to walk away from a job interview, that puts you in a really strong position. I mean, one time I tried to walk away from a job interview because I really couldn't help them, but they're like, "Oh no, we think you can," and they were just clinching onto me. They didn't want to let me leave, and I'm like, "No, I really can't do this for you." And they're like, "Oh no, we think you can." So, that kind of made me feel good as well. But just the willingness to show them that you're willing to walk gives you immense power in the interview. Okay? So, next thing. Employers are selfish, and they're only concerned with what you can do for them. Period. I mean, they're all capitalists. I mean, they're in it for themselves. I mean, they don't care that you don't have a job or you've been out of work for 6 months. I mean, they just don't care. I mean, I care about you, but they don't. You see, they're looking for somebody who can come in and solve their problems. I mean, so you don't want to go in there and, tell them that, well, I need this job because I don't have any money, or, I'm not going to be able to make my rent, or, whatever your story is. We all have one. I've been there. I've been in your shoes. I mean, I've probably been unemployed more than anybody I know. I mean, I've been out of work so many times, with having a wife and a kid and a house and car payments. I mean, it's tough. I mean, I know you're paying, but you know what? Employers don't care. They just don't care. So when they ask you, why do you want this job? Or, why do you want to work here? Don't tell them, because I need the money. Instead, tell them why you really want to be there. I mean, connect your reasons for being there with what they're doing. Like, if you're in accounting and this is an accounting position, tell them, you love, working with the numbers. You love making financial models. You love making graphs. You love making predictions, estimations, whatever it is you love about your career, share that. Share your passion about what you love doing. That's how you let them know why you want to work there. Okay? So let's move on to the next one. Be a solution to their problems. Show them that you understand the challenges that they're facing while sharing what your plans are for the job. And let them know that, well, you're not afraid of wearing many hats, that, you're the kind of person who is willing to do whatever it takes to get the job done while helping your colleagues along the way and, sharing, how much you enjoy coaching and mentoring them. Employers love to hear that you love being a coach. But if that doesn't describe you, then don't say that. But I'm betting that, since you're here with me today, that it does, and you are the kind of person who wants to share what you know with others. You see, employers want people to help other people. I mean, that's how the company grows. I mean, so I encourage you to share how you love to coach and mentor your colleagues. And let them know that you know how to get things done with little direction, and that you work very well, without someone telling you what to do every step of the way. Okay, let's move on to the next one here. Keep your answers short and sweet and to the point. I mean, no more than 60 seconds in a face-to-face interview. I mean, you can go 90 if you have to, but as a general rule, aim for 60. And if this is a phone interview, keep it to 20 seconds. I mean, you need to get to the point fast, or your interviewer will become disconnected with what you're saying. And if this is a phone interview, smile on the interview. I mean, even though they can't see you, they'll hear you smile. I mean, really. And it adds another layer of overall communication that they'll hear subconsciously. And that's how rapport is built. I mean, trust me, it works. I mean, it's just going to give your message a lot more feeling and emphasis and depth and kindness into what you're saying. I mean, you can even, remind yourself, by putting a smiley face, grab your notes and write a little smiley face on there. And that way, when you look down on your notes, you'll see that happy face, and you'll remember that, well, Don told me to write a happy face on there. And then, you'll start smiling, and your interviewer will start warming up to you because they'll hear that smile, through the phone or, whatever it is. And the last one I have for you, and it's the most important, enthusiasm. And I can't speak highly enough about that. And I mean, you have to go into the interview with full intensity, passion, and enthusiasm. I mean, you put your whole body into everything that you're doing and you're saying. So it's not just your lips that are moving, it's your whole body. I mean, actually, 55% of your overall message is communicated through physiology, through your body language. And 38% is auditory, meaning, the way that you sound. And only 7% of the words themselves carry your message. I mean, it's not just what you say, but it's how you say it. I mean, just imagine me sitting here telling you how to get ready for a job interview. Well, the first thing that you want to do is to be enthusiastic about your job. And when you're talking to the interviewer, you really want to sound excited. I mean, just imagine if this whole video that I'm making right now, I was just speaking. You wouldn't have made it this far. But you see, when I talk, I put my whole body into everything. My body moves. It's not just my lips. My face is moving, my head is moving, my eyes are moving, my hands are moving. I put my whole body into the message because I want all of my message to be communicated to you so that you get all of this information at 100%, right into your brain so that when you go into the interview, you're retaining maybe 75% of what I shared with you. And you go in there and you hit them with full intensity. And that, my friend, is how you win the job. All right? You got this. You all right? Good luck on your interview. Whether it's today, tomorrow, in 20 minutes, you got this. Wish you the very best. Now, if your interview is tomorrow and you got a little bit more time, head on over to jobinterviewtools.com. I want to give you this book for free. You can get it from jobinterviewtools.com/top10. Just tell me where to send it. It's going to show you how to go a little bit deeper on some of these questions, how to answer. Tell me about yourself. Why do you want to work here? And it's going to give you that deeper insight to help you go a little bit farther. Now, this one's free and you can have it. It's my gift to you. But if you even want to really go deep, head on over just to jobinterviewtools.com and grab the complete interview answer guide. This book is about a 120-page book. It's got everything in it. It's got about 140 different questions. It's got like 40 behavioral questions. It goes deep into everything, teaches you how to do panel interviews, phone interviews. It comes in audio, comes in video, and even comes in hard book. I'll mail this out to you if you want. So it's like $50. You can get the PDF version. If you want to go to the audio and video, it's a little bit more, but you can take all those audio tracks, all those question tracks, put them on your phone. You can take me, with you wherever you want, and you can listen to me. And whether you're taking a walk around the block or in the park or in your car, I will pump all of this information into your mind so that you are ready for your interview and so that you totally knock it out of the park and you ace it. All right, my friend, good luck on your interview, and see you in the next video. And if you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up. I'd appreciate it. And if you find this channel helpful, please subscribe. That way I'll let you know every time I release a brand new video. We'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.